Greetings and welcome to today's episode of LifeMoreSmart. I'm your host, Brian Pruitt. If you haven't already done so, press that subscribe button so you'll never miss another podcast. Now for today's episode. Today I'd like to continue talking about asking and success. This is part 2. In part 1, we talked about the first 2 of life's roadblocks to asking: ignorance and limiting and inaccurate beliefs. So let's jump right into number 3, fear. Fear is another roadblock to us asking. Being ashamed, being rejected, and being laughed at are just a few of the hot ones with regards to fear. Being shamed as a child. We might have heard, "You want those $200 shoes? Don't you realize how much they cost? Don't you care about the family and others' needs?" Being laughed at by teachers, by fellow classmates. When this happens, we then guard ourselves so that it never happens again. We retreat. Rejection is the biggest. We might recall times such as these: asking a girl to the prom and being turned down, asking the boss for a raise only to be rejected. I'm sure we all have stories like these. Here is a profound statement that I believe in very much. Ask and you shall receive. The fact is, the answer you're looking for is closer than your breath. But you need to be open on a new and different frequency. You need to change the radio station of the negative past. Change the station to the one that makes you happy, one that is uplifting and full of joy. And now on to number 4, low self-esteem. Do you realize 2 out of 3 people have low self-esteem? One scenario that might sound familiar that happened when we were a kid is asking for things and never getting them. We feel that we're not worthy of whatever it was we were asking for. This paradigm sticks with us well into adulthood, and it needs to be addressed and changed for us to move forward and to be successful. Number 5, pride. Pride is a fear of appearing helpless, which holds us back from our successes, which holds us back from moving forward. For example, men not asking for directions is pride. Men think it's not cool, it's not macho to ask and feel vulnerable. Remember that life gives to the giver and takes from the taker. When a person is attentive to other people and other people's needs, and in turn becomes a giver, it is a big move in keeping pride in check. Pride will keep us from asking, and not asking will keep us from our success. We need to acknowledge that our past is just that, our past. If we can grasp this, we're on a path to success then. You see, once we realize our past has no bearing on our future, the sky is the limit. We can then begin focusing on our goals with a new, unrestricted perspective. Each one of these roadblocks can be, for the most part, traced to our past. Fear, ignorance, false beliefs about ourselves, low self-esteem, and pride. So let me leave you with this today. It's hard to focus on the bright future ahead if you're focusing on the shadows of the past. Well, that's it for today, everyone. If you've enjoyed this podcast, don't forget to share it with a friend and those loved ones around you. Have a successful day, and I hope you join us again here soon.